Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 5 Premium Soviet cruiser Murmansk. It has 10 main guns, 6 torpedoes, 26 AA guns, a surface detection of 13.1 kilometers, top speed 34.4 knots, total health 26,800. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase AA range, reduce flood and fire chance. For my commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, and superintendent. We're on the map New Dawn. I don't get to play New Dawn that much. This is one of my favorite maps. You can see just a little smiley face in the center. Yeah, you're never going to miss that now. He's even got a little nose. I just want to say one thing. I really appreciate all of you. Anyone who watches, comments, likes, subscribe, everything. It really means a lot to me. And I hope you'll continue to enjoy this content. Hopefully you're learning something. Hopefully you become better from it. That is my ultimate goal for all of you, is that you can be a better player, find more joy in every day. And we're in the Murmansk, and we're detected by aircraft. Where's that aircraft? He's in front of me! It's a destroyer! It's another cruiser! Oh no! We just ran right into the entire enemy team, it looks like. So, of course, hard left port. We gotta get out of here. We load AP, though. There's a side on Omaha, and they have no armor. Unfortunately for me, he's getting help from his destroyer buddy, and I'm holding fire, hoping he'll show back up. The enemy destroyer's right in front of me. Yeah, he's firing through the smoke. Where are you, Omaha? So we just give up. We fire on the enemy. The Omaha finally shows up, but we've already unloaded our salvo. We gotta turn back around, and we've already had 50% life. This was a bad strategy. And the Omaha is also at 50, so we're gonna try and engage him. Gotta keep in mind, it's a little crowded in this area. Gotta be extra careful, and the enemy Clemson sent out torpedoes. But we have a nice island that's in the way. We're not going to take that torpedo. We headed in the right direction. We chose correctly. Now, we're going to try and get some distance. I would love to get a broadside shot on the Omaha. I still have AP loaded with the hope that he will change his angling and allow me to penetrate him. That didn't sound right. Allow me to do damage to him by causing a penetrating shot. But unfortunately, he is not showing his side. We do 2,000 points of damage, but you saw some ricochet, so we switched to the Kuma. Kuma's broadside, still AP loaded. AP is fantastic against these guys, and it shows. We help drop him below 10,000, another salvo. We get him down to 77 hit points. Are we going to get the kill? I think we do. We get the rate of fire. And we finish up the Kuma, and that guy died in like 10-15 seconds. It's just not a good idea to sail broadside against the enemy. The Omaha, he still is angled. He's still not a perfect broadside, but he's so low that any rounds making contact with him should be the deal breaker. And yes, we take out the Omaha. But the enemy Clemson's back, and we gotta deal with this. He's really close. He is within range of torpedoes, so we need to be careful, watchful. But we have HE loaded. We're firing on the Clemson. We've got all guns firing. We take out the Clemson. 3 kills in a short span. The other Clemson, who is at 75 hit points, we're going to just transition right to him. Yep, here come the torpedoes. We're turning. Enemy Clemson's propulsion is knocked out, so he's going to have a hard time. We are able to do 2,000. A friendly gets the kill. Fine with that. More torpedoes. We are able to barely avoid 1 torpedo. And 3 kills. We were a part of 4. And just like that, we've got a huge advantage over the enemy. Another broadside cruiser. We switch to AP. And it looks like it is... It looks like a Murmansk. It could be an Omaha. It could be a Phoenix. They all look alike. It's funny that they chose... Yeah, it's a Phoenix, of course. It's funny that Wargaming chose that particular ship to make so many... And he crashed into the island. That particular ship to make all these premium variants. It's interesting. We're, of course, going to fire waterline shots. and we knock out his propulsion. We do some citadel penetrations. Next salvo, not quite as good, but the rate of fire is extreme, and we get another citadel penetration. One more good salvo, and he should be done for. This guy's been sitting way too low. Come on, one citadel penetration. And yes, we take him out with the citadel penetration. The third and final destroyer in this area has shown up. He's in the smoke. Doesn't look like we've got a good shot. There's an island in the way. He is dropping in and out of stealth. And we get a friendly destroyer that sent out torpedoes, but it looks like they missed. I've switched to HE, and I'm going to look for an angle that I can engage the enemy destroyer. I don't want to be too close. Not sure if he has torpedoes. I just want to be there. Okay, friendly. Never mind. Let's blow that strategy out the window. Okay. Okay, so we've got 6 enemy kills to their 1. There's another enemy cruiser that we can engage in the center of the map. And most likely I'm going to switch to AP if I get a good broadside target. And it's an Alba. We fire, we switch to AP with our next reload cycle. I do use Hydro because, you know, it's whatever. There's nothing in this area. Well, we barely get to use it. We're firing broadside shots at the Alba. Still haven't gotten that Citadel penetration, but it's going to come up. Yeah, there we go. 3 Citadels, and we drop them below 50% life. We also earn Confederate. Again, 7 minutes in, another Citadel penetration. And we're getting great dispersion. And we take him out. 5 kills, and we run to the island, of course. You know, my early subscribers would be familiar with every single game, nearly every single game, requiring that I run aground. And I'm just fulfilling that normal routine. We are, of course, firing HE and engaging this enemy battleship at long range. He is looking my way, so I am weary that he is firing on me. He could see me because the aircraft is spotting my position, but we're not landing any damaging shots. We're just taking out modules and doing superficial. So we've freed ourselves from the clutches of the island. They just always grab my ship, okay? I don't do anything to run into the island. It's all the movement of the ocean, okay? So, Fuso is not an ideal target. He's far away. There is an ideal target, that Cleveland. He's pretty low, and we could potentially penetrate his armor, but he is angled. So I'm wary about switching. I'm holding on the HE for now. We do miss with our first salvo, and we're headed straight for him. We're going to try and maintain the same distance. Perhaps he'll change his angling. We do set him on fire, which is fantastic. Fires are great on battleships and cruisers. Another fire. He chooses to put it out. Don't blame him. He's going to be immune to this salvo, but the next salvo should be able to kill him. Of course, you got to hit the target to kill him. Our salvo misses, of course. We are in an area where we have a friendly cruiser and we don't want to run into him, so I'm adjusting my heading. I figured he would have gone straight in front, but he adjusts too. We're going to hold our fire. We don't want to accidentally hurt this guy. That would be the worst case scenario. We see the enemy, Cleveland. We switch to AP because he's a broadside target. It's the perfect opportunity. The Cleveland moves rather quickly, so I needed to aim a little bit ahead of where I was aiming. And he's re-angling harsh, so I'm not getting the ideal shot that I switched my ammo to. Whenever you're going against a target that has angling, AP is just not worth it in a lot of scenarios. Most of the time, you should just hold your fire until you get an angle that has a potential to penetrate. And we feel like he is moving towards a more manageable shot, and we fire. We do nothing. We barely miss with all our rounds. Only one makes contact, and that doesn't do anything. Friendly finishes off the Cleveland. Cleveland, he tried to fire on us, but to no avail. I would say we're borderline over-aggressive. We're very far forward. We're at half health. The targets can easily hit us because they're battleships. We're trying to take out the Mutsuki. Looks like his propulsion was knocked out. He can't repair it. Fire again. We did 2,000 with the first salvo. Second salvo only does minimal damage. Friendly finishes off the Mutsuki. Enemy Congo, he's below 80% life. We've got so many ships in the area, this should be easy, right? We're able to set him on fire with our first salvo. If the fire can sit there, it's going to do a lot of damage. Battleships hate fires. That's why I have damage control. Anything that I can to remove it. When you get up to high tier, you want to consider using the premium damage control to assist. He's got at least 2 fires, and that's doing roughly 500 points of damage every second. If we can get a third, we're really putting him on edge. And we're doing okay damage. In this scenario, okay, he puts it out with damage control. Someone attempted to set him, I set him on fire, but he is immune to these fires, of course. And we just keep wailing on this guy. We are probably the most far forward of anyone on my team, but if there's a chance we can take this guy out, we're gonna do it. So, well, I like to aim just above the hull, so everything splashes on the superstructure. It's a perfect position to aim whenever you see a battleship, especially. They're such a big target. They're very easy to hit, and that should be your number 1 priority. And he's got 2 fires. We're trying to set that middle back fire. Oh, he's got 3 fires. He's using a heal. He fires on our position. Oh no! Oh, we're able to completely avoid all that. Friendly finishes off the Congo. Now there's just an enemy New Mexico and an enemy battleship near their spawn. And I was like, it's 5-2. Just push. So that's what we're going to do. We are leading the charge on this enemy New Mexico. We maybe falsely believe that we are immune to damage and we will be able to kill him before he can kill us. We set him on fire. 250 points of damage every second. Can we get 500? And yes, his guns are pointed right at us. We get high caliber. He's got a second fire set, a third fire set, 2 from me, 1 from an ally, and we're trying to get it to the back half. And we land rounds, but they don't kill him. And, we take pretty moderate damage. 4,000. He uses damage control. He's going to be immune to this salvo if it was to set it on fire, which it doesn't. He's also using his heal. You can see his health going up slightly. Now he should, yep. The fire didn't stick. Okay, the next salvo should be it. And we show our side. This isn't smart, Notser. Get back into an angled position. There. We set 2 fires. He's gonna burn. He can't put this out. There's an enemy battleship coming back. Dang it, he takes me out. He took out my propulsion. I was facing directly away from him, and he just got a really good shot. Good job, New Mexico. Shouldn't have been that aggressive. I didn't have the armor. That's one thing that these Omaha-class cruisers, they don't have armor. So they're very easy to deal with if you know how to deal with them. AKA fire AP anytime you see them any angle that's soft. Whether it be full broadside or straight back or straight forward. Friendly Cleveland is going 1 at a time, and the New Mexico dies. I believe my fires assisted in killing him, but I'm not sure. Now it's just the enemy Fuso against 4 friendlies. We can easily take this guy out. 5 minutes. Come on, guys. Everyone converge on the enemy. I can respect someone who fires 1 at a time. That's just not how I choose to fire my guns. This is great if you're trying to range in the target, but it's very bad if you want to minimize the time that your side is visible to the enemy. Whenever you're in a battleship, you kind of want to unload it all if there's a potential that the enemy will return fire. Whenever you unload it all, you can re-angle. In this position, the Cleveland is susceptible to a Fuso broadside. He is clearly visible. Very easy target if the Fuso wasn't so overwhelmed. He's got 3 ships he's got to deal with. I don't envy him. He did have the potential for solo warrior. Don't think he's gonna get it. He's so low health, and we've got plenty of health on our team. Not on the New York. New York's pretty low. And he's pretty slow, too. I enjoyed my time with New York, other than the speed. Now, the Fuso, he's about to come outside of this island. The New York, obviously, he only has access to his front guns right now. He needs to angle his ship if he wants access to it. That center gun is so narrow field of fire that it would basically need to be perfectly broadside, and I wouldn't recommend that against a Fuso. Fuso's firing on his position. He does pretty good damage with a single round making contact. He lands a couple more, drops him below 10,000 hit points. The friendly New York, he brings his guns to bear in the back, and he's just about ready to reload his front guns. He has access to his center gun, finally. And this is dangerous. Any second, the Fuso can fire. It's one of the fastest rate of fires in the game for a battleship. And the New York is perfectly broad. Fuso misses with his first shot. Probably overestimated the speed of this guy. He's going to a crawl. He lands minimal damage, quite honestly, for the amount of guns he had access to. Looks like the New York's going to go one gun at a time, and he's going to chip away at the enemy Fuso. And who's going to get the kill? Is it going to be the New York? Is it going to be the other battleship? Is it going to be the Cleveland? New York fires everything remaining, and the Fuso's barely alive. He fires his front gun, the only one that's working, and he takes him out. Mutual destruction. Poor New York. You had to see that, though. He was not angled. Confederate high caliber, 6 kills, 2,682 base XP, 120,000 points of damage. Just insane numbers. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.